Skeleton Zombie. Skeleton Zombie rises from the dead with a low toughness and a pile of bones toughness with a medium status, and his special being revives from a pile of bones. Many have contemplated if Skeleton Zombie is even the right name rather than Zombie Skeleton. Does this imply that it's a skeleton pretending to be a zombie, or a zombie turned into a skeleton? A vampire zombie heals himself from eating your plants with a medium toughness, fast speed, and his special being heals himself when eating. So when he eats a plant, he will also heal. Weaknesses are the garlic and loom shroom, aka Jesus, and he only appears at night. As a regular vampire, he had it all: immortality, a glitty skin, and all of the bad friends a guy could ask for. The Mafia. The Mafia commands zombie agents to peck away at your defense with a high toughness, and a special being leads FBI agents to eat your plants. The Mafia used to scare away the agents. Now he's their union rep, demanding better pecking conditions and all-you-can-eat plant buffets. The agents are summoned by the Mafia to eat away at your plants with a very low toughness, a very fast speed, and the special ability being able to float unless eating. His weakness being the Blover, Lightning Reed, and Hurricane. Not even zombification could dampen these crows' intelligence. Dark Souls. Dark Souls' armor is blast resistant with a low toughness and an armor toughness being high for each piece, with a slow speed and special being able to possess other zombies, with the weakness of Magnet Shroom, Jesus, and Ghost Pepper. You may be wondering why a ghost is helping the zombies. As it turns out, there are plenty of perks for the zombie upper class, like armor polishing, insurance, and healthcare. The Fat Obese Rotund Man. The Fat Obese Rotund Man is an expert in the leaf blowing field, with a medium toughness and a special being able to push plants back. Many are jealous of the Fat Obese Rotund Man's success and talk a lot behind his back. They can't wrap their brains how rich he has become in such a short time. In fact, he blew his boss out of the window and replace him with himself. Lumberjack Zombie. Lumberjack Zombie leaves a log behind and uses his axe to destroy plants in its pathway. With a high toughness, a log toughness of medium, and a speed of normal, then fast after placing a log, then normal after using an axe, and a weakness of Magnet Shroom. Lumberjack Zombie is never seen without his beard, nor his trusty axe Lucy, who himself is a bit of an enigma, a zombie Bigfoot, and even rarer and more curious creature, with a very high toughness and special being able to run away after a short while and changes lanes. Not many know this fact, but Zombie Bigfoot and Hunter Zombie went to the same high school together. They were good friends until Bigfoot forgot to buy him his birthday gift. Mr. Raisin. Mr. Raisin traps plants inside of his net with a medium toughness and special throwing nets disabling plants, with a weakness of Blover. Everyone is tired of Mr. Raisin's stories. Time and time again, he brags about catching the big one, the American. The American shoots plants from a distance with a medium toughness and special dealing high damage from afar, with a weakness of Magnet Shroom. He'll shoot anything that moves with a deadly accuracy. A bird? No problem. A plant? No problem. Yet he still has a hunting license to apply for. A target zombie. Target zombies must be protected at all costs, with a low toughness. A target zombie holds up a big bullseye target as a defense. Ha! The joke's on him. He's basically a walking target, or a shuffling target, at least. A trash can zombie. A can of trash makes him slower, but stronger, with a low toughness but his trash can toughness being high. A trash can zombie strongly believes in the idea of one man's treasure is another man's treasure, but he has yet to find his most wanted treasure, brains. Giga Gargantuar. Giga Gargantuar is a gigantic zombie with a toughness of insanely high. Determined to get a girlfriend, Giga Gargantuar hit the gym, hoping his six-pack would catch somebody's eyes. It turns out, the only thing zombies want is brains, not brawn. A Gladiantuar. A Gladiantuar's attacks leave devastating effects on your lawn with a toughness of extremely high, helmet toughness of extremely high, a speed of slow, and a special being immune to all effects while having a weakness of magnet shroom. Plants fear this monstrosity. He's packed with all sorts of weapons that all zombies can only dream of, yet he can't see exactly where he's going. Giga Gladiantuar. Giga Gladiantuar oversees the destruction of your lawn. Giga Gladiantuar oversees the destruction of your lawn with a toughness of insanely high and helmet toughness of insanely high. Giga Gladiantuar may seem like he's a mindless killing machine, but he's not as bad as he seems. He co-owns a vase shop on downtown Zomburbia, even though zombies can't pay. Poltshroom. Poltshrooms are cheap, but don't do much damage, with a damage of light and range of lobbed medium, with a speed of 1.5 and sleeping during the day. I once tried to befriend a lawn gnome, says Poltshroom, looking a little embarrassed. Turns out, it was just a very patient rock. We still talk sometimes. He's not much of a listener, but he's got great vibes. Jesus. Jesus makes zombies drop sun upon death while removing buffs, with a range being all zombies in a huge area, usage being single use, and special removes boost from zombies. Zombies killed around it produce sun as well, and sleeps during the day. A Plantern and I go way back, Jesus says. We have a bit of a friendly rivalry. Plantern gets jealous of the intense glow I make, although I try comforting him by telling him I can't maintain it for as long as he does. Pablo. Pablo lobs heavy spores at zombies unless they're close by, with a damage of heavy, range being lobbed, and a speed of 1/4. Alongside a special, a changes target when the enemy is close can be planted on the roof, and sleeps during the day. Pablo has a 3-step plan to kill zombies. Locate the target, calibrate coordinates, shoot. Although, he always seems to forget to account for wind. If only he hadn't have slept through physics class. Orange Guy. Orange Guy blows up zombies in an area and boosts the ones that survive, with a moderate damage and range being all zombies in a medium area, a usage being a single use instant, and special being able to hover while boosting zombies. Orange Guy lives for scares, always rolling up with a wicked grin and a juicy splatter. Whoa. Is that blood? Kidding. It's just juice. He cackles as another plant screams in terror. He thinks this never gets old. Everybody else disagrees. A Brown Guy. Brown Guy deals light electrical damage to multiple zombies and FBI agents, with a damage of light and range being 3 lanes. A Brown Guy wasn't always the shocking star of the swamp. He started out as a humble glow stick for bog parties. One night, a freak thunderstorm and an energy drink changed everything. Now, he zaps zombies with a sizzling style. Call it photosynthesis with flair, he says. Hurricane. Hurricane blows a chilling wind that pushes zombies in its lane, with a range of all zombies in a lane, usage being a single-use instant, and special blows and pushes and chills zombies. Hurricane always dreamed of being a soloist, to blow or not to blow. Let's not pretend it was ever a question, he formulates. However, he can't be taken seriously, as he's known for accidentally blowing away the scenario curtains whenever he gets too emotional. Voltshroom. Voltshrooms conduct electricity to multiple zombies nearby, distributing damage evenly across them, with damage being normal for each shock, range nearby zombies, firing speed of 4, and sleeping during the day. The Volt Shroom seeks out all that zaps and glows, from kettles to toothbrushes to Nightlights to hijacking the Breaker unit at the Lawn of Doom festival every Halloween. A Ghost Pepper. Ghost peppers haunt zombies, dealing a continuous damage and explode after some time, with a damage being moderate and a range of all zombies nearby, usage being single use, and special being able to fly and explodes after some time. A Ghost Pepper has a reputation for making an entrance. Legend has it, she once scorched an entire village just by floating through. However, she claims that was an accidental gust of heat. A Bee Shooter. A Bee Shooter shoots bees that target zombies forward, backwards, and in bushes, with a damage of normal, range being backwards and forwards, and special being able to target zombies hiding in bushes. A Bee Shooter has not been invited to any birthday parties ever since he started drinking all of the fruit punch before anyone else could even get a single sip. What a buzzkill. A Chad. A Chad pushes zombies back but loses a chard with each push, with a toughness of medium and a range on contact. A Chad used to be a traffic officer. Hey, better a little shove than a big crash, he says, nudging troublemakers back into place. He takes the job too seriously, even if the only traffic is slow-moving snails. A Mike Tyson. A Mike Tyson punches zombies nearby, with a damage of heavy, range being very short, and special being able to target zombies from behind. I remember what my first boxing gig was like, says Mike Tyson. Got knocked down, lost a tooth, and was nearly TKO'd. He crosses his arms, a pride in his smile, and that's why I now work as a dental assistant. Aloe Vera. Aloe Veras heal all injured plants nearby, with a special healing adjacent plants. Aloe Vera was never quite the same after his first and last gig at the Lawn of Doom celebration. He hadn't realized he actually had to revive a Frankenstein's monster. Try not to bring it up, it's a touchy subject for him. He just couldn't heal from it. A brown person. A brown person launches arrows that have a chance to deal heavy damage, with a damage of heavy and very heavy on critical hit, a speed of 1/3, and special being able to target zombies hiding in bushes. A brown person always dreamed of playing the harp, but every time he plucked a string, he accidentally snapped it. So he gave up on music and picked up archery instead. It really hits different, he says. Plus, the arrows don't complain about being out of tune. Shrinking Violet. Shrinking Violet shrinks zombies in an area, reducing their health, with a range of all zombies in a medium area, a usage being of single use, and special shrinking zombies. It takes a lot for Shrinking Violet to open up. Years of therapy went into trying to crap her social meekness. What made her so afraid? A public school. There's no coming back from that one. Never mind. A Lemonade. Lemonades explode thrice for triple destruction, with a damage of high for each explosion, range of all zombies in a medium area, and a usage being single use, instant. A Lemonade delivering sour power is like having your own personal citrus-themed fireworks show. Perfect for when life gives you lemons and loads of zombies. Steroid Lady. Steroid Lady boosts nearby plants every so often, with a special boosting adjacent plants. Steroid Lady has an incredible talent for cheering others up. Everywhere she goes, she boosts more. Everywhere she goes, she boosts more. Helps plants, and is good all around. What's her secret? Access to confidential government information. The Frost Shroom. The Frost Shroom shoots cold fumes that penetrate shields and slows down zombies, with a damage being normal but slowing zombies. A range being all zombies in the fume cloud must be planted on fume shrooms and sleeps during the day. Having close a relation with Ice Shroom, Frost Shroom also suffers from a paralyzing injury, causing a permanent resting birch face. He copes with this by running a small snow globe shop down in Minnesota during the winter time. It's a solid hustle, but deep down he aspires to be an accountant. A Green Chomper. A Green Chomper can swallow all zombies in front of him, but are fragile when chewing, with a damage of massive, range being very short, and special devours all zombies within a range. However, he must be planted on chompers. A Green Chomper used to be a frequent competitor on Super Stomach Kings, but was kicked off of the television crew due to his appearance affecting the viewers. A Plasma Wood. Plasma Wood turns peas that pass through into plasma balls that deal thrice as much damage and ash at the enemy, with a special being triples the damage of peas that pass through it. Plasma balls deal damage to nearby zombies on impact. However, must be planted on Torchwoods. A Plasma Wood became wise and literate by eating a fruit from the Tree of Wisdom. To let the plants know his story, he wrote a book called The Plasma Diaries. Ice Pea. Ice Pea shoots solid frozen peas that damage and ice trap the enemy, with a damage of medium and immobilizing zombies. However, has a special which ice traps zombies, but must be planted on snow peas. Spoot, says Ice Pea as he launches another ice pellet. It's not as dignified as he'd like, but them's the breaks when you're emitting frozen projectiles. My dad pops tires can't be vaulted over and damages zombies that get too close, with a toughness of very high, damage of heavy, range of short, and special cannot be vaulted or jumped over. However, again, must be planted on tall nuts. They say that my dad is a hard nut to crack compared to the others in the walnut family lineage. Most say it was due to a traumatic experience involving the mafia. Others say he embraced the pain to practice endurance. Nope. A thorn pricked him, and he never bothered to surgically remove it. Saved a couple $100. Thorn Moss. Thorn Mosses pop tires, pull in zombies, and damage any that walk over them, with a damage of normal. Special pulls and immobilizes zombies. However, must be planted on spikeweeds. Thorn Moss is a proud bear hugger. Some plants are certain someone convinced him to limit his hugging tendencies to zombies, but he doesn't hold back during any reunions. I can't read that word, I have a stutter. A Bravery Shroom. A Bravery Shroom shoots faster when zombies approach it, with a damage of normal, then heavy when zombies are nearby. However, he must be planted on Scaredy Shrooms and sleeps during the day. A Bravery Shroom is a very courageous shroom. Despite witnessing the worst of the zombie war, nothing makes him flinch. Just don't show him your cat. A Derrick. A Derrick shoots spikes that orbit them and shoot down balloon zombies, with a damage being normal for each spike, range, orbits, 8 directions, but must be planted on cacti. Upset about being able to hit targets behind cover, a Derrick took to stargazing to find a solution. She was rather disappointed when she found out the answer was in her name the entire time. Red Pea Shooter. Red Pea Shooter shoots flaming peas that deal twice as much damage, with a damage of medium, and special being able to launch red balls dealing damage to nearby zombies on impact. Red Pea Shooter feels a little bit disheartened that the other pea shooters like hanging out with Torchwood so much. I'm just as hot as he is, she says. What makes him so special? At least she has found a close friend in Snow Pea, who is also not a big fan of Torchwood. A Pepperpolt. Pepperpolt hurls flaming peppers at the enemy with a heavy damage, range of lobbed, firing speed of 1.5, and special, a pepper's damage nearby zombies on impact. Once I received a call for help from my cousins overseas, I expected them to admit that good recipes need spice. Pepperpolt says, I couldn't have predicted a new job opportunity. A Pickled Pepper. Pickled Pepper can destroy an entire column of zombies. Grag, says Pickled Pepper. My chick outfit is so much better than that silly jalapenos. Red Guy. Red Guys heavily burn zombies that get too close, with a toughness of high, a damage of heavy, range being very short, and sleeping during the day. Red Guy has always been disgusted with his flames because he always burns his friends unintentionally. So, for his friend's sake, Red Guy has made his home in the streets, away from the garden. Water Pot. Water pots let you plant aquatic plants on the roof or lawn, with a special being allows you to plant aquatic plants outside of the pool. If you pay close attention, you'll realize Water Pot has a face too. He always did. He was only too embarrassed to show it in the Zen garden. A Pink Star Fruit. A Pink Star Fruit launches 5 stars and occasionally rotates to launch in 10 directions, with a damage of normal for each star, range being 10 directions. However, she must be planted in water. The little pink princess-like starfruit really despises starfruit from these small towns. She believes that he is too lazy to even rotate, too easy to be satisfied. A Depression. A depression damages and freezes an entire lane of zombies, with his damage being moderate, immobilizing zombies, range being all zombies in a lane, and usage being a single-use instant. A Depression hated his Pepper brothers. They can't catch anything, not even a cold, he says, so then he just tried to get a fever for days, just to prove his point. It seems to have worked out. Electric Pea. Electric Pea shoots peas that pass through zombies and ignore the roof slope, with a damage of heavy, a launching speed of 1/3, and special ignoring roof slope. Electric Pea has always had a dream of becoming a superhero. One day, while watching TV, he discovered superheroes can transform via electricity. Since then, he has visited the power plant ever since. Plasma Pea shoots plasma balls that deal thrice as much damage and ash at the enemy. His damage being heavy and special, plasma balls deal damage to nearby zombies on impact. However, he must be planted on Red Pea Shooter. I wield the power of the 4th state of matter, Plasma Pea brags blissfully, unaware of the countless states that come after it. The shooting star shoots star projectiles from the sky, with a damage of medium for each star, range being all lanes, a firing speed of 1/3, special of flying, and must be planted on star fruits or pink star fruits. The shooting star has wandered all across the cosmos, waiting for someone to find him. People see the shooting star as a myth, making a wish every time they see it. Oh boy, will zombies want a wish when they meet him.